beautiful, sensitive souls. And welcome back to another highly sensitive video. Just a little disclaimer, all that I can do is share my experience. I don't claim to have any of the answers to any particular highly sensitive related problems. I can only share my experience and hope that someone can get something out of it. Because for me, it was through reading about high sensitivity and some YouTube videos early on that I was better able to understand myself and feel less isolated and honestly like a freak. I just wanted to get that out of the way because I don't want to mislead my viewers into thinking that I'm somehow an expert on this subject matter. But I definitely believe that I have valuable experiences to share with you. And that's exactly how I do my own healing. I find comfort in the stories of those around me. So, with that out of the way, welcome! Today I would like to touch the surface of the benefits of habits. I recently started reading my Atomic Habits book that I've been meaning to read for a long time. And it has helped me to recognize something. For the longest time, I've been trying to live my life free from the norms of society. Like, for example, the regular 9-to-5 routine. And that's because I tried that lifestyle and it just made me feel somehow soul dead. I just didn't feel like I was living up to my full potential. It just wasn't for me. And I naively believed that with more free time, I would have more time for creativity. But as it turns out, with all that freedom also comes a loss of structure, which instead of giving you more time to create and do whatever you feel like you want to achieve, you're constantly spending so much energy on figuring out how to fill your day that there isn't actually a lot of mind space left for you to work on the things that you wanted to achieve in the first place. For me, what that looks like is I want to work on my writing, photography, YouTube videos, and my gardening skills, whilst also keeping my house organized and clean. Staying in touch with friends, family, keeping up with my socials, rock climbing, biking, outdoor activities, and reading more. It's just that the more free time you have, if you don't plan it in well, then you're just not going to achieve more. So I have all those ambitions, and what my days look like instead of achieving all those ambitions is I wake up, I have a coffee, and I sit and think about the things I want to achieve for that day. Do I want to do some writing right now? Do I want to go work on the yard? Do I want to do my woodworking? Should I do some editing, etc.? Already, this is not very structured because I could have just planned my week ahead. So I'm spending a lot of brain energy at this point already deciding what it is I want to do with this block of time. And then before you know it, it's the afternoon and I'm scrambling to figure out what am I going to do for lunch. And I'm not eating the most well-balanced, healthy lunch because I'm kind of just really hungry at that point and I want a quick fix rather than planning ahead of time and having a nice wholesome meal ready. And then usually I need a little nap in order to be productive the rest of the afternoon. And then in the afternoon the dance starts all over again because, well, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna go take pictures? Is the sky beautiful for nature photography today? Do I want to continue writing? You know. And because I don't have any strong commitments with myself, if something else comes along the way, then I might just go with the flow and go do that thing, which has nothing to do with any of my ambitions that I set for myself. Which is nice sometimes, but not when you're trying to achieve things concretely. So what I started doing was blocking out chunks of time that I want to be writing. So let's say twice a week in the mornings for 2 hours, I'm definitely sitting down somewhere and committing to writing. Even if I'm not feeling in the mood, I'm not feeling creative, that's my writing time. I've also blocked out a specific day in the week that I must commit to taking pictures outdoors. Because otherwise I'll find any excuse not to go out and do it. Not because I don't enjoy it or I think it's a frivolous activity, but because then I might think, well, you know, tomorrow's another day and I'll just grab my camera and run out tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and I'll do something else yet again. So that system hasn't worked for me. But if I tell myself every Monday from 5 to 7, I'm going out and taking pictures, then that's what I'm doing. This kind of habit commitment has worked for my workout routine, like doing Pilates workouts at home from YouTube videos. If I don't promise myself that I'm going to show up for that on that same day of the week, then I'm gonna find excuses not to do that because there's no one holding me accountable. So you might start to see the benefits of having habits to structure your life. I won't get into how to create a new habit because I'm still reading the book and everyone has their own way of doing things anyway. But I just wanted to discuss this subject, to put it out there. And maybe to some people, it's the most obvious thing that if you don't structure your life, you're not going to achieve things. But for me, I had to learn the hard way. And the reason I avoided it for so long is actually because I felt like if I were to become a creature of habit, then I would fall in that 9-to-5 trap and I wouldn't actually be free. But I've come to accept that that's not at all true. It's like what you hear about sometimes, of highly efficient people who either pick their outfits out the night before, so in the morning they're not spending their first waking moment thinking about what to wear for that day, wasting energy on this in essence. The more habitual you are about your activities, the less mental effort it takes to achieve your goals. And as you well know, as highly sensitive people, we always struggle with keeping our energy balanced. So if you're not yet a creature of habits, it might be worth experimenting with. And feel free to share in the comments what your experience is with habits and how it's benefited your life, because we can all learn from each other. Ciao!